Good morning, children. Welcome back to the science class. In the previous class, you have learnt about the physical changes and also the characteristics of physical changes. Let us have a small recap. What are called physical changes? Changes that affect only the physical properties of a substance and where no new substances are formed are called physical changes. Give 3 examples of physical changes. Melting of butter, tearing of paper and breaking of glass. What is crystallization? What is it used for? Crystallization is the process of separating a solid from its solution as crystals. Crystallization is used to get pure crystals of certain substances. Which methods are used to separate salt from seawater? Evaporation and crystallization. Today, you are going to learn about how to make your own alum crystals. Growing crystals is not a long or complicated process. In fact, it's easy. Is growing crystals a physical or chemical change? Yes, the process of crystallization is a physical change of atoms or molecules. Let us see an experiment. To make alum crystals from alum solution, materials required: beaker, water, alum powder, Bunsen burner, thread, pencil, tripod stand and petri dish. Method. First, you need to prepare the solution. Take 200 ml of water in a beaker, add alum powder and prepare the solution by stirring the contents of the beaker until most of the alum dissolves and some is left undissolved. Then heat the solution over a Bunsen burner. Mix till the undissolved alum has also dissolved. Stop heating the solution and let it cool. As the solution cools, it becomes supersaturated and alum crystals start forming in the beaker. Carefully pick out one crystal of alum and place it on a petri dish. Tie one end of a piece of thread around the alum crystal at one end carefully. Heat the alum solution again and dissolve all the alum. Tie the thread with the crystal at one end to a pencil. Finally, place the rod over the beaker with the suspended crystal in the solution. Leave the beaker undisturbed for a few days. What do you observe in the beaker? You will see a larger crystal is formed. The small alum crystal suspended in the solution acts as a base on which a larger crystal is formed. You can also make crystals of other substances such as urea and copper sulfate using the same method. Now, I hope you all can make your own alum crystals. Let us study about the chemical changes and also the characteristics of chemical changes. Chemical changes. Changes that involve the formation of new substances are called chemical changes. Examples of chemical changes: the burning of paper, curdling of milk, cooking of food, digestion of food in the body, and photosynthesis in plants are examples of chemical changes. Chemical changes are generally irreversible. Let us study about the characteristics of chemical changes. Certain characteristics indicate the occurrence of a chemical change. First one, there may be a change in color. A color change may also indicate that a chemical reaction has occurred. Example of change in color: copper reacts with oxygen, water and carbon dioxide to give copper carbonate, which changes color from brown to blue or blue-green. Rusting, browning of fruits are other examples of change of color. Second one, evolution of a gas or effervescence may be observed. What is the meaning of effervescence? Meaning of effervescence is the bubbles in liquid. Example: when dilute hydrochloric acid is poured over sodium carbonate in a beaker, carbon dioxide is evolved. In this case, the gas can be seen as bubbles in an aqueous solution. Third one, a precipitate may be formed. In chemistry, a precipitate is an insoluble solid. A precipitate is a solid product which separates out from the solution during a chemical reaction. Fourth one, heat may be given out or absorbed. Heat may be given out or absorbed during the chemical reaction. These are all the characteristics of chemical changes. Have you seen what happens to iron objects that have been left out in the open for a few days or weeks? Yes, an orange-brown material called rust is formed on the surface of the iron objects. Rust is actually iron oxide formed by the reaction of iron with atmospheric oxygen in the presence of moisture. The rusting of iron is therefore a chemical change. We are using many iron objects in our day-to-day life, so we need to prevent these iron objects from rust. What are the ways to prevent rusting? First one, rusting can be prevented by coating the iron surface with oil, grease or paint. This layer prevents iron from coming in contact with air and moisture. However, rusting can take place if there is a crack in the coating. Second method of preventing rusting is to coat the iron with another metal such as zinc or chromium. What is called galvanization? The process of depositing a layer of zinc on iron is called galvanization. The iron water pipes which are used to supply water to homes are galvanized to prevent rusting. Then, have you seen what happens to a slice of apple if it is left exposed to air for some time? Yes, it becomes brown in color. This browning of the slice of apple is due to a substance in the apple that reacts with the oxygen in the air to form a brown colored substance. This is a reaction that is similar to the rusting of iron. Let us revise the topic. What is chemical change? Changes that involve the formation of new substances are called chemical changes. Give some examples for chemical changes. The burning of paper, curdling of milk, cooking of food, digestion of food in the body. What are the characteristics of chemical changes? There may be a change in color, evolution of gas, a precipitate may be formed, heat may be given out or absorbed. What is called galvanization? The process of depositing a layer of zinc on iron is called galvanization. Thank you.